Hey everyone, the Titan II Elite represents a refreshing and increasingly rare direction in the modern smartphone landscape, especially for users who still value physical interaction over glass-only designs. For longtime BlackBerry fans and anyone who spends a significant amount of time typing emails, messages, or notes, Unihertz's continued commitment to hardware keyboards feels almost defiant in an industry that largely abandoned them years ago. With the Titan II Elite, Unihertz signals that there is still room for productivity-focused smartphones in a world dominated by large touchscreens. Based on the teaser image, the Titan II Elite stays true to the core identity that made earlier Titan models appealing. It is clearly a compact device by today's standards, with the physical keyboard occupying a substantial portion of the front. This immediately establishes its priorities. Screen real estate takes a back seat to tactile typing, which will likely be the main selling point for its target audience. The keyboard itself follows a traditional 4-row QWERTY layout, which should feel instantly recognizable to anyone who previously used a BlackBerry. There is no dedicated number row, a compromise that helps keep the device compact, but requires the use of a function key to access numbers and special characters. This approach may divide opinions, as power typists often prefer direct access to numbers, but it is a trade-off many keyboard phone users have accepted in the past. Notably, the Android navigation keys are positioned to the left and right of the spacebar, integrating the operating system's controls directly into the typing experience and reducing reliance on on-screen buttons. Visually, the Titan II Elite appears to be more refined than its predecessor. The softened corners of both the chassis and the display give the device a lighter, more modern appearance compared to the boxier Titan II. Even without confirmed dimensions, the design language suggests improved ergonomics, making it potentially more comfortable to hold during long typing sessions. Removal of the thick top bezel is another notable change, replaced by a punch-hole cutout for the front-facing camera. This brings Titan II Elite closer in line with contemporary smartphone aesthetics while still preserving its unique identity. What remains unknown is just as important as what has been revealed. Unihertz has yet to share any technical specifications, leaving open questions about performance, display quality, battery life, and camera capabilities. Historically, Unihertz devices have focused more on functionality and durability than on cutting-edge hardware. And it is reasonable to expect a similar philosophy here. For the intended audience, raw performance may be less critical than reliability, battery endurance, and long-term usability. Titan II Elite feels like a device built for a very specific kind of user. It is not trying to compete with mainstream flagships or appeal to those who consume most of their content through video and social media. Instead, it targets people who type more than they swipe, who value muscle memory and feedback, and who miss the confidence that comes from real keys under their thumbs. If Unihertz can pair this refined design with solid internals and thoughtful software optimization, the Titan II Elite could become one of the most compelling modern keyboard smartphones available. In an era where most phones look and feel the same, the Titan II Elite stands out by embracing a niche and committing to it fully. It may never be a mass-market hit, but for productivity-focused users and nostalgic BlackBerry enthusiasts, it represents a rare and welcome alternative. Thanks for watching. Write your opinion in the comments. Have a nice day, and God bless you.